Madam Speaker, my question is for the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing. Last week, after changing the rent supplement program to no longer allow a statutory declaration in place of a lease, the minister told reporters that, quote, it's got to be quite rare that someone doesn't have a lease, and I can table that. In fact, Madam Speaker, it's not. For example, data from the CBRM shows that 6% of rental agreements don't have lease agreements and 28% don't have leases in rooming houses. And I can table that. So given this information, will the minister reverse this policy change and allow statutory declarations in place of leases?
I recognize the Honourable Minister for Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like to thank the member for the question. So what in fact has happened is that before we made our change, it was just routine. There was the option of one, lease, provide a lease or provide a statutory declaration. We've changed the policy so that we require a lease, but if there is not a lease available, we will accept a statutory declaration if there are other corroborating documents along with that. So we're not slamming the door on that, but we're saying it's not just a routine A or B, one or the other. There needs to be more corroborating information with that statutory declaration.
The Honourable Member for Dartmouth North.
Madam Speaker, this is new news and has not been shared, I think, with constituency offices or the public. This change, the change that I just talked about, comes on the heels of a slew of changes to the program that will make it harder for people to qualify. But the government is being opaque about the details of the changes. The minister last week said maybe a power bill could be used in place of a lease. Today he's saying a statutory declaration with corroborating documents. But my office wasn't given any of this information or options. And legal aid staff lawyer Nora McIntosh was given a $900 fee estimate when she tried to simply access the policies that the department uses for the rent supplement program. And I can table that. Why is the government so secretive about how to access this already restricted program?
I recognize the Honourable Minister for Municipal Affairs and Housing.
So what I can say is that we have one of the most successful and most accessible rent sup programs in the country, and I've said this before in the House when I meet with my other federal counterparts. One of the questions of provincial counterparts they often ask the federal minister is, can we use that money for something else, because they're not fully subscribed in their rent sup program. We're more than fully subscribed. We're 4 times over. We've got a $52 million program, which 42 million approximately is provincial money in what was meant to be a cost-shared program. I've raised that issue with the federal minister of Housing and Infrastructure. So we need the feds to step up more in that. That's clear. We're working hard on this program. We're proud of the program we have.